वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। You can repeat after me. Ayvunna Rilukka Eong Aiouch Hayavarat Lan Nyamangananam Japai Khadhadash Jabagadash Kapachathatha Chatatau Kapai Shashasar Hal You can note this and memorize this. It's important. We'll be seeing the usage of this later. Okay. Okay, now we will see the next lesson. If you have any doubts, you can unmute your mic. Okay, I muted all the mics after we completed chanting. We chanted Mageshwara Sutrani. We have not studied what it is. We are going to see it later. Don't worry about it now. Yes, we will keep chanting. It's a prayer. It's also a prayer. And we will see the usage of it later. The last few classes, we saw some pratipadikam, some shabdas, like akaranta shabda, ikaranta shabda, ukaranta shabda, rikaranta shabda. Rikaranta shabda is what we saw in the last class. To summarize, so we saw the a, I, U, R, that is vowel ending shabda, pullinga shabda, masculine shabda. And in the Rikaranta, we saw two types. One is familial relation, noun base, other one is agent, noun base. A relation in the form of the family, familial relation. That noun base is declension is different from agent noun base. What is agent noun base? That is a person doing an action. A person doing an action. Whatever may be the action is. Reading, eating, walking, running, sleeping. That is agent noun base. So that declension is different. Both are Rikaranta only. Rikaranta is the Shabda ending with the vowel R. But the declensions are different. We saw in the last class, right? Any doubt up to this? Anybody? If you have any doubts, you can let me know.
No, sir. No, Swami.
So we can go to the next lesson, right? Okay.
Yes, Swami.
In the next lesson, now I'm going to introduce the pronouns. We're going to see pronoun. Okay, since we don't have much time, so let me start from the pronoun, the next. And the pronouns are of two types. One is demonstrative pronoun, other one is interrogative pronoun. The knowledge of pronouns is very important. So that is also we are going to see. For all the linga, Strilinga, starting from Pullinga, Strilinga, Napumsakalinga. Now we are going to see only Pullinga. Pullinga, vowel ending shabdas we have seen. Pullinga, vowel ending shabdas we have seen. Now we are going to see pronouns. You all have a scribbling pad and a pen with you. So when you teach, you can also note it down. If any doubts is there, you can ask. Don't wait for the lesson. Don't wait for the to send you the lesson. You can have a scribbling pad and note down the classes. So let us start with the first pronoun. That is idam. Idam is the first pronoun. The meaning of the word idam. The meaning of the word idam is this. Idam is a noun base. It's a pratipadikam, shabda. The meaning of the noun base, idam, is this. What does it end with? What is the last letter of this pratipadikam?
Akara.
Makara.
It is makara, not akara. Makara.
Makara.
It's a consonant ending shabda. So far we have seen only vowel ending shabda like Rama, Hari, Guru, Pitra, Kartra. All these are vowel ending shabdas. Pullinga, only Pullinga we are seeing now. Other linga we will see later. This is a consonant ending. Makara, the ending is makara. Therefore, makaranta shabda. It is makaranta shabda. The meaning of the shabda idam is this. The word this, the word idam meaning this, that also has got gender. That also has got gender. if you are denoting something which is a masculine gender object, so we have to use the pronoun this. Corresponding, we are going to see the shabda, we will see. We are going to, you have to use the word this in Pullinga. If you are referring to an object which is Strilinga, then you have to use idam shabda in Strilinga. If you are referring to an object or a thing which is Napumsakalinga, using the word idam, meaning this, then you have to use the Napumsakalinga word corresponding to idam. So idam is the common shabda. It is declined in all the three genders. The word is makaranta. Makaranta shabdaha, and the word idam can be declined in all the three genders. Depending on the gender, the declensions are different. Depending on the gender. For example, this boy, this girl, this book. This boy is what gender? It's a pullinga. Therefore, the word, the pronoun this is a pullinga. I'm talking about in Sanskritam, okay? This in English, in that English, it doesn't have gender. Only boy has got gender. But in Sanskritam, the word idam meaning this has got gender. That gender depends on what it refers to. This boy, when you say, boy is pullinga, and this also must be a pullinga. This girl, when you say, girl is a strilinga, and this must be a strilinga. This book is a napumsakalinga shabda, and this must be napumsakalinga. So corresponding to what it refers, the idam shabda has to be declined. So the word idam is makarantaha, makaranta shabdaha, and it can be declined in all the genders. We are going to see only pullinga to start with. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, Ji.
Yes, Guruji.
Swamiji.
Okay.
Yes, Swamiji.
Now we are going to see only.
Guruji, one doubt.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of noun base? Actually, idam is a pronoun.
Idam is
But,
pronoun. What is the meaning of noun base?
Ah,
What does it mean? Noun base is noun base, pratipadikam. Noun
Okay.
base is the root. It's a basic form from which we are going to decline noun forms.
okay, Guruji.
About noun base, we discussed in detail in the beginning. Noun base is the base. It's the root. It's a base from which we are going to derive noun forms.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
Please refer the previous class. We have explained, because a lot of things. I mean, if you ask like this, a lot of things I have to say. I have to repeat. So those things already are
Guruji.
discussed in detail. Because, see, the whole discussion it started with noun base only. Started with the noun base, started with the verbal base, right?
Okay, Guruji.
So the first case now, we're going to see now the pullinga, makarantaha, pullingaha, idam shabdaha. So I'm describing now the idam shabda, which is a makarantaha, that is ending with the vowel makara, and I'm going to decline in pullinga, therefore pullingaha. See, when I say Rama is akarantaha, pullingaha, Rama shabdaha. Rama is a pullinga shabda. It's a pullinga noun base, pratipadikam. Rama is always pullinga. Okay. Hari is always pullinga. Guru is always pullinga. You cannot say akarantaha, strilingaha, Rama shabdaha, you cannot say. Because Rama is always pullinga. Whereas idam is not like that. Makarantaha, pullingaha, idam shabdaha. Makarantaha, strilingaha, idam shabdaha. Makarantaha Napumsakalingaha Idam Shabdaha. Idam Shabda can be declined in all the genders. But now we are going to study only Pullinga. Therefore, the description of the noun base is Makarantaha Pullingaha Idam Shabdaha. And now we are going to decline only the first case. We are studying only the first case, Pratama Vibhakti. What is that? In Pratama Vibhakti, the word, the Pratipadikam, idam will become ayam. Ayam meaning this. Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana form is ayam, which mean this, ayam. And Dvivachanam, dual is imau, meaning these two, referring to two things, imau. And in plural, Bhagavachanam, it is ime, these, many in number, therefore these many. So the declension will be ayam, imau, ime. You may not see any connection between the forms ayam, imau, ime and with the pratipadikam idam. This is how it is. There are some shabdas where you will not see any connection, but you have to remember. Declension of idam shabda is makarantaha pullingaha idam shabdaha, and its first case will be ayam, imau, ime. Ayam meaning this, referring to one thing. Imau mean two. Ime means many. So ayam, imau, ime. This boy, one boy, these two boys, these boys. So boy is bala. Akarantaha pullingaha bala shabdaha, like Rama shabda. Balaha, balo, balaha. So ayam balaha, this boy. Imau, balo, these two boys. Ime, balaha, these many boys. We can connect with bala. So like Rama, ayam Ramaha, this is Rama. How many Ramas? Only one Rama. Imau, Ramau, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha. Remember that Shabda, Akaranta, Pullinga, Rama Shabda. Imau, Ramau, these two Ramas. Ime, Ramaha, these are Ramas. Similarly, ayam Harihi, this is Hari, one Hari. Imau, Hari, these two are Haris. Ime, Harayaha, these are Haris. Ayam Guruhu, Imau Guru, Ime Guravaha. Ayam Pita, Imau Pitarau, Ime Pitaraha. You understand this? I'm using both the noun and the pronouns together. All of you. Follow me?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Guruji.
So,
Yes.
Is it? I have a doubt.
yes.
Is this only for the pronoun declension or for any shabda ending with makara, pullinga makara? Is it?
This is only for the pronoun. Makaranta declension are different. It will be different for different shabdas. For this demonstrative pronoun, this is specific.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We're going to see one by one. It will come. You will understand over a period of time.
Okay, ji.
This
Okay, thank you.
idam shabda is ayam, imau, ime. This form you have to remember. This form you have to remember. Ayam, imau, ime.
Okay, ji.
Okay. So remember the meaning also. Ayam, imau, ime. So your homework is you need to remember the declension of all the shabdas we have learned. We have learned only first case. So remember the first case of all the shabdas. Rama shabda, Hari shabda, Guru shabda, Pitru shabda and Kartra shabda also. And now idam shabda. Idam meaning this. Only the first case I am asking you to remember. How many cases are there? 7 plus 1. One by one we will introduce. When the context comes, we will introduce. If we introduce everything now, then nobody will be there in the class. So one by one. So I am is done now. Okay. Then the next demonstrative pronoun, etad. By seeing the noun base, etad, you know it is a consonant noun base. Why? Because it ends with dakara. So dakarantaha, right? Dakarantaha shabdaha. And etad also mean this only. Etad also mean this. So like idam shabda, etad also can be declined in all the three genders. Etad also can be declined in all the three genders. We are going to see only Pullinga now. Strilinga, Napumsakalinga we will see later. So etad mean this. Now let us see the declension. Then I will tell you what is the difference between etad and idam. Both meaning this, then what is the difference? You may ask. We will see that later. Now let us see the declension, the description and the declension. Takarantaha pullingaha etad shabdaha. So this is the description of the noun base etad. Etad is takaranta shabda, and we are going to decline in pullinga. The shabda is etad. So dakarantaha pullingaha etad shabdaha. And its pratama vibhakti form will be yeshaha, etau, ete, yeshaha. That is first case singular, meaning this. Etau, first case dual, meaning these two. Ete, first case plural, meaning these many. Yeshaha, etau, ete. Okay. Yeshaha, etau, ete. So now you can repeat after me. Dakarantaha pullingaha idam shabdaha.
Dakarantaha pullingaha idam shabdaha
Shabdaha
Ayam, imau, ime.
ayam
imau ime
ime
Repeat again.
Ayam
makarantaha
It's okay. You can repeat ayam, imau, ime.
Ayam
ayam
ime.
imau ime
ime
Okay. Dakarantaha pullingaha etad shabdaha.
Dakarantaha pullingaha
etat shabdaha
Eshaha, etau, ete.
eshaha etau ete
Repeat again.
etau
etau
ete
ete.
Okay. Please note this in your scribbling pad. Okay. Now I'll tell you the difference between these two. This. So, if idam and etad both mean this, it's a pronoun, demonstrative pronoun. Then what is the difference? We'll see. There is a shloka which gives the difference. I just read a shloka. Idamastu sannikrishtam samipataravarti cha etado rupam adasastu viprakrishtam taditi parokshe vijaniyat. The shloka gives the difference between idam and etad. Meaning, it talks about other pronoun also, but it is not required. Let us take only idam and etad. The word, the pronoun idam, it is used when you refer an object or a thing or a person which is located near. So that now you see a boy standing, a boy sitting. You're standing in the class. Suppose, assume that you are the teacher. A boy is sitting. So this boy you can say. You are referring to the boy. Right? Now, there is a table is there between you and the boy. The boy is near. What about the table? The table is very near, very close to you. So you can refer to the boy using the word idam, and you can refer to the table using the word etad. You understand the difference? So therefore, the word etad is used to refer something which are very close. The word etad is used to refer which are very close. Them used to refer things which are near, and etad is used which are very close. So see the difference, understand the difference between these two. The word idam is used to refer an object or a person which are located near, and whereas the etad is used to refer object or person or thing which are very near. So that is the difference. One is near, other one is very near. That is the difference between idam and etad. Both meaning this only, but there is a difference. Idam refers to that which are located near, and etad refers to that which are located very near. Right? So it's a matter of distance. It's all subjective. Right? So you are referring to a book which is on your hand. So you can say this book. And you are referring to the boy standing next to you. You can use the word idam. It depends. It all depends on the distance, the proximity. If it is too close, you can use the pronoun etad. If it is close, you can use idam. It all depends on you, your vivaksha, your however you want to say that, you can say. Right? So if two words are used, etad and idam, the difference is only in terms of how close they are. Right? Okay. So we have got two pronouns for this, idam and etad. One is dakaranta, other one is makaranta. In the shloka, you can see idam astu sannikrishtam. Sannikrishtam means that which is close. That is sannikrishtam. Samipa taravarti is that which is very close. If it is very close, then you can use etad shabda. That is what the shloka says. Right? Now you know the meaning of the noun base idam as well as etad. One is makarantaha, other one is dakarantaha, and both in Pullinga, Prathama Vibhakti, the forms you know. Idam is ayam, imau, ime. And etad is yeshaha, etau, ete. Clear? So you can see some example. Sannikrishtam means that which is in front of the speaker. Example you can see. Ayam Ramaha. This is Rama. This example I gave. Ayam is what? It is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana. Ayam and Ramaha you are referring to. You are referring to the person Ramaha. Rama is Pullinga. Therefore, you have to use the pronoun also Pullinga. Ayam is the Pullinga form of the idam shabda. Strilinga form we have not studied. Don't worry about it now. Strilinga Napumsakalinga. So ayam Ramaha meaning this is Rama. This Rama. You can say this Rama or this is Rama. Both are fine. The next example you can see. Yeshaha Karaha. Kara is hand. Karaha is hand. This is a hand. This is very close. This belongs to me, right? My hand. So Yeshaha Karaha, I am Ramaha. You see the difference, how it is used. And the next example, Etat Shariram. Don't worry about it. This is Napumsakalinga. We have not seen that yet. Etat shariram, this is body. So etat is used to refer something which are very close. Now, let us, you understand the demonstrative pronouns etad and idam? All of you.
Yes, Guruji. Yes.
Remember the declension. Pratama vibhakti declension is important. Now we will see the next one, interrogative pronoun. So two demonstrative pronouns we saw today, idam and etad. Now the interrogative pronoun. That is kim. Kim means what? Kim means what? Like idam and etad, this also can be declined in all the genders. So pronoun, being a pronoun, can be declined in all the genders and ends with the consonant makara. Therefore, makarantaha. It is a makaranta shabda. Makarantaha. We are going to decline in pullinga. Therefore, makarantaha pullingaha kim shabdaha. And the declension will be kaha, kau, ke. Simple. Kaha, kau, ke. Kaha is Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. I hope all of you are writing. Makarantaha pullingaha kim shabdaha. That is the description of the noun based interrogative pronoun kim. And declension is kaha, kau, ke. Kaha meaning who or what. Referring to only one thing. Who or what. Kau is who to or what to. It is dvivachanam. Pratama Vibhakti dvivachanam. K is who all or what all. So kaha, kau, ke. We said I am Ramaha. If you want to ask who is Rama, kaha Ramaha, who is Rama? I am Ramaha. This is Rama. Kaha Guruhu, I am Guruhu. Kaha Pita, I am Pita. So you can ask kaha. Suppose if you want to use kau, kau Ramau. Who are two Ramas? You can say imau Ramau or etau Ramau. Whichever pronoun you want to use. Imau Ramau or etau Ramau. Ke Ramaha, who are Ramas. Ke Balaha, who are boys. So Ke Balaha. Ke is Bhagavachanam. Therefore, correspondingly we use Bhagavachanam. Ke is Pullinga. It is Pullinga Bhagavachanam of Kim Shabda. And therefore, Ramaha we use. Ramaha is Bhagavachanam of Rama Shabda. Ke Ramaha. So now you can form many sentences like this. You have learned Ayam, Imau, Ime, Idam Shabda you learned, Etat Shabda you learned, Eshaha, Eto, Ete, Kaha Shabda, Kim Shabda you learned, Kaha, Kauke. And already you know Rama, Hari, Guru, and Pitru, Kartru. You can now form many sentences. When you form sentences, you must watch for the conformity of Vachanam. You can say Kaha Ramaha. You cannot say Kaha Ramau. You cannot do it. Kaha is Ekavachanam. Ramau is Dvivachanam. You cannot ask like this. Because there is a mismatch in Vachanam. Understand?
Yes, Guruji.
Good.
Yes.
Now we will see some simple sentences using the word I am. Now, what is the Pratipadikam of I am? Can anyone say? Noun base of the noun form I am.
Makarantaha.
What is the Pratipadikam? Tell me the Pratipadikam. What is the...
Idam.
Good. That's all. That's what I asked.
Yes.
What is the Pratipadikam of I am? Idam. Say idam.
Idam.
Now, the first one. Priya, you can read.
Yes, Ji.
Hmm. Yeah, you can mute your, unmute your mic now. I muted others' mic. Everything got muted. You can please unmute your mic and
I
read.
am.
Yeah.
Yes. I am Ajaha. I
Yes.
am
That's okay. I am
Gajaha.
Ajaha. I am Ajaha. What does it mean? Aja is
This is a
this is a
this goat.
goat. Can you say it? Can you say something about the word Ajaha? Whatever you know, whatever you have studied. Aja is what?
Uh,
Akarantaha. You can say Akarantaha. It is Pullinga.
Akarantaha Pullingaha.
Then
Pullinga.
Ajashabdaha.
Ajashabdaha.
And it can be declined like Ramashabda. Can you decline?
Yeah. Ajaha. Ajau. Ajaha.
Simple. Good. Ajaha, Ajau, Ajaha. And what about Ayam? Just now we studied.
Yeah. Idam Pratipadakam.
Okay.
Ekavachanam Ayam.
Okay.
Imau.
Good.
Ime.
Good. Now, how many sentences you can form using the pronoun and the proper pronoun and the proper noun? Ayam, Ajaha is there. Can you use Dvivachanam form of idam and make sentence? I am Ajaha, this is a goat, right?
Yes.
Imau Ajau.
You can say now, Priyaji.
Yes, Sri.
I am Ajaha, this is a goat. Now you say these two are
Okay.
goats.
Imau Ajau.
Priyaji will answer. Okay, I'll come to you one by one.
Now we have to do for Ethat.
Now you can use the same idam shabda. You can use dvivachanam. I am Ajaha, this is a goat. Now these two are goats.
Actually, your voice is breaking, Ji.
Okay. Internet connection is unstable here.
So I have to use Imau. Imau Ajau.
Yes, that's what I asked.
Ime.
Yeah, Ime.
Ime Ajaha. Ime
Good.
Ajaha.
Good. I am Ajaha, Imau Ajau, Ime Ajaha. Now next person, Prabhakarji. You can use the word etad. You can use the word etad and form sentences. I am taking the same Ajaha.
Yes, Guruji. Sorry, you asked me to make the sentence using etad.
Yeah, etad.
Yeah, okay. Etad. Okay. Eshaha Ajaha. Eshau Ajau.
Not Eshav, Etau.
Etau. Sorry, Etau Ajau and Ete Ajay.
Ajaha.
Ajaha.
You have the Rama Shabda with you right in front.
Yes, Ram.
And Etad Shabda also. Just make sentences connecting the Vachanam. You have to connect the Vachanam properly. Eka Vachanam of both. So, Yeshaha Ajaha, Etau Ajau, Ete Ajaha.
Ajaha.
Right?
Yes, good.
Okay, next person, Shruti ji. You can use the interrogative pronoun. You have to ask, who is a goat or what is a goat? Kaha kau ke, you know the forms. You can ask question now. Can you hear me? Yes or no? The voice is no voice from your side.
Yes, we can hear you.
No, not you. That's Shruti ji. I asked Shruti ji. Okay. There's some problem in at your hand. You have to check your mic. So Kamakshi ji, you can answer. Next person.
Kaga Ajaha.
Good.
Kau Ajau Ke Ajaha.
Very good. Simple. Right? Now next person. Manjula ji, you can use the next sentence. Elephant is there. and you can read and you can form sentences using other
Okay, Guru.
vachanams.
Guruji. Ayam gajaha. Using eshaha, Guruji.
Idam. Ayam is
Idam.
there. Therefore, you can use idam first.
Oh, Guruji. Ayam gajaha. Imau gajau. Ime gajaha.
Good. Next person. Mekalaji, you can use the word etad. Mekhala, are you there? You have to unmute your mic. Okay. Now, Jyotiji, you can use the etad shabda. Jyotiji, you can unmute your mic, and when I ask you, you have to unmute your mic.
Sorry.
If you read with the mic muted,
Yeah,
then
I'm sorry. Yeah. I am Gajaha.
that's done already.
Sorry. Eshaha Gajaha. Etau Gajau. Ete Gajaha.
Good. Okay. Next person, Jyotiji, you can use the word kim shabda.
Kim.
Interrogative pronoun kim. Using kim shabda, you can form sentences.
With Gajaha or with anything?
Gajaha is the example given. So you can use Gajaha.
Kim.
Kaha Gajaha. Already done. It's not something new, right?
Kaha Gajaha. Kau Gajau. Ke Kaha Gajaha.
Ke Gajaha.
Ke Gajaha.
Kaha Kau Ke. Kaha Gajaha. What is an elephant? Kau Gajau.
Ke Gajaha.
Who are two elephants, or what are two elephants? What are maybe the translation? Ke Gajaha. Right? Okay.
Yes, Guruji.
The next person, Lataji, you can read the next one. So here the question is there and the answer also is there.
Ayam kaha. Ayam shashakaha.
Kaha is Pullinga. Pullinga Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana form. So kaha, what is this? This is a glass. Chashaka is glass. Pullinga. So ayam kaha, ayam chashakaha. Next person, Kausalyaji.
I am Kaha. Who is this?
Okay, sorry. I'll move. Yes.
I am Balakaha. This is a boy. I am Ramaha. This is Rama.
Ayam Balakaha. This is a boy. And this is Rama. So all these are, you see, Ayam is Pullinga and Kaha is also Pullinga. Balakaha also Pullinga. Ramaha also Pullinga. So Pullinga, that is, two things are important. Number one, the conformity with the Linga, and second one, with the Vachanam. Ayam Kaha, Ayam is Pullinga. Idam Shabdasya. Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Ayam Pullinga. Kaha is Kim Shabdasya Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Pullinga. So Ayam Kaha. Ayam Balakaha. Balaka is also Pullinga Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. So the Vachanam and the gender must match. Ayam Balakaha Ramaha, you can say, this boy is Rama. Right? Okay. So next sentences, examples. Srividyaji, you can read. Few sentences are given in this way.
I am Shishyaha. I am Chalakaha. I am Alyaha.
Alayaha.
Alayaha. I am Acharyaha.
Acharyaha. Good. So here you can write like this for your question. Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. It is Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. 1-1. Ayam is Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, and that qualifies Shishyaha. That also must be Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. So if you write like this, it will be easy for you. So there will not be any mismatch between the Vachanam. So that which is the number which is in the denominator denotes the Vachanam. So I am is Ekavachanam, therefore Shishyaha must be Ekavachanam. You cannot say I am Shishyav. When you say Shishyav, it is Dvivachanam. That is mismatch in gender. The denominator must be same. If the ayam's denominator is 1, Shishyaha, the pronoun also must be, that gender, that proper noun also must be in Ekavachanam. So you can see the Vachanam, you can make the Vachanam same. Then only the sentence is valid. And Shishyaha is Pullinga. I am also Pullinga. Anyway, we know only Pullinga Shabda. We have not seen Strilinga and Napumsakalinga. Therefore, there is no problem. Right? So when you write sentences, you can develop this habit of denoting the Shabda using this notation. Already I introduced this, and we will see in detail later. It's going to come later. Okay. So the noun form, I am, meaning this, it's masculine, singular, and is used to denote all things and beings which are masculine. In the above sentences, Shishyaha, Chalakaha, Alayaha, Acharyaha, they are all masculine, singular. Okay. Any doubt up to this?
No, Ji. No.
Okay. So we will stop here. We'll stop here and we'll continue. We'll continue the next class. We will have our next class on Sunday. Sunday we will meet. Okay, so we'll stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyawada.
Dhanyawada Guruji.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.